Well, now that the Wicked press tour is winding down and we're getting ready for Wicked Part 2 to come out this year, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, the co-stars, are looking forward to their next opportunities, and no one is interested. No one wants to see either of these women in any more movies. We were willing to put up with it for a while, but to see them on a press tour again, or individually, either of them, it's just too much to bear.
I think the point is, like, they're not sick of them as actresses in Wicked. They love them in Wicked. People seem to love them in Wicked.
But them as people is really the problem.
I'm actually just, the funnier part is to imagine what those unique press screenings would be like for those movies.
Yeah.
You know?
And I can only imagine just how entitled and annoying Cynthia Erivo would become if she got a role in the MCU.
She wants to play Storm.
Yeah. In this interview that we're about to show you, she revealed her dream role is Storm in the MCU.
Before we watch it, this is one of the most annoying trends in Hollywood. So I've always said, I don't care if an actor read comic books growing up. That does not matter to me. What I would rather hear is that once they get the role, they dig deep into the lore and they learn about it, right? Because that feels more honest to me than being like, oh, I watched the cartoons growing up.
Right.
So I love this character. But what a lot of actors do is they get asked, they're like, who would you like to play? And then they go in about, like, oh, I want to play this character.
But you're kind of jinxing it after that.
Yes. I hate it when they're like, oh, I want to play this character. I'm like, you did not care about that character. You just know that Halle Berry played her in the movies.
Yeah, we have another 20 from Jose Quintana. I did see Nosferatu. If I had not seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, I may have liked it more. Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder combo is supreme even 30 years later. Empress, Sonic 3 was meh. Long live PCC. Well, that's disappointing because Sonic 2 was so fun.
I mean, I would say hold off and form your own opinion.
All right.
Because other people seem to like it.
I'll wait.
So here we go. Let's watch this clip here.
Is there another dream role out there that you want to manifest right here, right now?
I really want to play Storm. I know it sounds frivolous, but I think we haven't uncovered how grand she is and all of that inner turmoil that she has. So I think there's a world in which we could, I don't know, do something like that.
Is there another?
Okay.
That's her dream role. I mean, it's just, that she wants to have a fight with people on Twitter. Like, she wants to fight fans.
This is what happened when...
She gets a sick thrill out of it.
This is what happened when Brie Larson, made up... At the height of all of the Brie Larson backlash, she's like, Brie Larson wants to be in Star Wars. And everyone's like, don't you threaten me. Don't you threaten me. I mean, that was back when people still had a little bit more faith in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Very little, but at least some. And there was all the people, like, they were doing the photoshops of
now
what
we're
she
like,
looked like as a...
F it. Why not? Throw her in there.
Look,
They have nothing left to lose.
I never had the animus for her that other
for Brie
people,
Larson specifically.
I get why people are annoyed by her, but it was like
I think
so far past
Brie
time
Larson and Blake Lively should have a Karen off. Yeah. I would love to see that. But here were some of the responses. Immediately, as soon as Cynthia Erivo said that she had a bid for this role, fans were against the idea.
Mm-hmm.
One of them said, apparently there's a push to make this hideous creature.
That's mean.
Cynthia Erivo from Wicked, Storm, in the next X-Men film. Why any of you midwits continue to support mentally ill degenerates who look like literal demons is beyond me.
I would say more that she's just not built like a superhero of any sort. She doesn't have any sort of true frame or figure.
Well, before Wicked,
character.
she did. Before Wicked, she was actually quite muscular and fit. And then once she was doing the press tour, she started looking more and more like Ariana Grande.
I did so my initial thoughts were Zoe Kravitz was the first name that came to mind, even though I don't even really like her as an actress. Hannah John Kamen, but she was at one point supposed to play Red Sonja, and then that version got scrapped. And now she's going to be in Thunderbolts, so they can't technically do that. If it's all connected, she can't play two characters. DeWanda Wise was an okay idea.
Yeah,
we liked. She was like
suggestion.
the one good part of that Jurassic Park movie. She's got charisma.
You know what? Give it to Willow Smith. I have faith in her.
No.
There were people suggesting Willow Smith, and I get it. She makes herself look weird and ugly on purpose because she's young.
I would like to know,
I think they
chat.
could make her look pretty good in the role.
I would like to know, chat, who you guys think should play Storm in the next X-Men movie.
Zendaya.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised.
Everyone's going to love
I
that.
wouldn't be surprised.
The Quartering said nobody wants AIDS Storm.
That's very mean.
People hate this woman. Another one said, nah, we cool on the Ninja Turtle. This will be a great way to further ostracize Disney subscribers. Seems like Disney didn't get the memo to pivot away from DEI. Unless they want to lose more money, LMAO. So this is almost universally being rejected, as is Ariana Grande's rumored bid to play Audrey Hepburn in an upcoming biopic. I think there is a biopic in the works with someone else casted, but we might end up in an Elvis situation here. If there's a strong enough demand to see Ariana Grande in the role. She has been cosplaying as Audrey Hepburn for years now. I've seen people point it out before. She totally changed the shape of her face, her eyebrows, and now her hairstyle and her fashion sense to give off this Hepburn vibe. And it's really not hitting, in my opinion. Let's show some examples here where she's like kind of dressing in this old Hollywood style.
You want to look at the picture for the...
This is very recent that she started dressing this way. And it's right about when people started talking about the role. Mm-hmm. So I have to think that's something intentional behind it. But as soon as people mentioned it to her on these red carpets and asked her if that was something she had in the works for the upcoming 2 years, she's like denying it emphatically, almost too strongly, where she's like, "You're crazy. Why would you think that? That's crazy."
Like, why can't she be like, "Oh, maybe, I don't know. I just like."
And
what
then
it
she
like
does this like, "How could you think that? That's crazy." So, let's take a look at those responses.
Okay. So the first one, the 10-second one.
Yeah.
This one here? All right, here we go, guys.
Audrey in a biopic?
Goodness, why is everyone asking me this? You're insane.
Yes,
You're insane. You're insane. You're
Gaslighter in chief.
You're insane. I love you.
You're insane. I love you. What? And then in the second one, she is responding to the same question and
that
says,
lady should be in trouble for saying biopic. I hate it when people say biopic. Sorry, continue.
in this one, Ariana Grande says she could never do it because she's just like not perfect enough.
You manifested Wicked, so I feel like maybe you could manifest playing Audrey.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Oh my goodness. I have no idea. That would have to be done so well and so perfectly and have to be the... I don't know that either.
You could.
That's very kind.
You manifested.
His eyes look crazy. I'm sorry.
She looks insane. Am I wrong? Like there's something just very disturbing about her these days.
There's just nothing behind those eyes.
Yeah, like what happened?
You know what it is? It's like, what do they say? It's like a sign that you know that they're nuts is if like you can see the whites on the top and the bottom around the iris.
She used to, I mean, yeah, she used to have this fake persona of like being like the rapper girlfriend, right? Like that was fake, but she at least seemed like she had her wits about her. And now she acts like a marionette doll.
Yeah.
She's always being pulled around on strings and making these insane gawping facial expressions.
So what does she do after this?
Disturbing.
Does she then manifest Marilyn Monroe too? Ugh.
Who would play Marilyn Monroe?
I don't know. Sydney Sweeney.
I mean, that's what everyone's gonna say, right?
Yeah,
she does have the eyes. If she could, I don't know. She does have the eyes, doesn't she?
Is Marilyn Monroe even like relevant to young women anymore? Like Marilyn Monroe used to be a staple of like, what was the joke? It was like every woman in their 20s has a Marilyn Monroe poster in their in their first apartment. Yeah, millennials, like in their first apartment.
Zoomer girls don't really care.
Yeah,
the Zoomer girls are obsessed with like Madison beer. I don't know.
What a downgrade.
Yeah, it's a downgrade. But when they had Ana de Armas play Marilyn Monroe in the Netflix movie, no one cared.
Yeah.
It was like beyond irrelevant, and it was controversial because they made up a bunch of details about her life.
Would playing Audrey Hepburn be more relevant? I don't think it would. Like, do either of those matter? Who's gonna play Madison Beer? That's the real question.
That's the real question. Who's gonna play Madison Beer in the biopic?
I would say it's probably funnier to figure out who's gonna play Madonna in the movie Madonna makes about Madonna.
Here were some more responses about Storm, though. This is a big point people were making. No offense to Cynthia, but she is not pretty enough. Storm is drop dead gorgeous. I didn't even think Halle Berry did her justice. No one wants to see this lady play Storm.
Yeah.
Another one said personality-wise, her actions and behavior are the opposite of... I wish I knew how to pronounce this.
I can't see it.
Find someone who doesn't denigrate Black American culture and maybe will accept her. She's mean-spirited and physically ugly. When has Storm ever been that? I think they're referring to Cynthia Erivo's comments about ghetto Americans because she's
so
British.
Long ago, yeah.
She's British and believes herself to be superior to American
I say
Black
just
people.
bring Halle Berry back. Halle Berry still posts thirst
She's
traps.
still got it,
Yeah.
but like she is too old for the role, right?
Yeah.
She can't really move like that.
I mean, does that matter?
Is
Just
she
get a
still
stunt
limber?
double, yeah.
What about Halle Bailey then?
No.
No?
No.
Just immediately no.
Just no. No, I mean, I thought that for a second. I was like, wouldn't that be funny? But no, I don't
about-
think so.
Just get SZA. Just accept that she can't act and just get SZA. to do
Janelle
it.
Monáe.
No,
that's who they'll
get
cast.
Megan the Stallion.
No, yeah, and she'll twerk. I'll do that.
If they stop her from twerking, maybe it could
I mean,
work.
the better question is that, like, the sad thing is that people just don't have the interest in these characters the way that they did, 10 or 15 years ago. The casting of the X-Men would be a much bigger deal now if the MCU hadn't been as mishandled as it has been. I mean, even the casting of the Fantastic Four, other than like mild annoyance that Pedro Pascal has to be cast in everything, that's who should play Storm. Pedro Pascal should play Storm since he gets to play everyone anyways.
Yeah, give it to him. He
Yeah.
deserves it. Now Disney is like making a gender swapped version of Holes,
I never saw the original.
starring Shia LaBeouf. It's an absolute classic. You should watch it, but they're gender swapping it now
Okay.
because, of course, and they learn nothing. They never learn their lesson.
I don't know if I would care about who they would cast for this until the movie started coming out, because I don't think they'll go so far against the grain that it'll be that shocking. But I could be wrong 100%. Like I said, granted it wasn't the MCU. They were gonna have Hannah John Kamen play Red Sonja, and that doesn't really work considering Red Sonja doesn't look like Hannah John Kamen at all. Not just the red hair, but just isn't that that skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
So very funny. I wonder whatever happened to that. Remember they recasted that? They were going to redo the Red Sonja movie. We talked about it.
It was quite a while that we talked about it, but it was still in production hell.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.